There seems to be no shortage of great-looking horror games to keep yourself in the spooky mood early next year. From remakes to sequels and spin-offs of established series like The Outlast Trials, Resident Evil Reverse, and Son of the Forest, February 2022 is packed with new horror releases. This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the top 15 insane upcoming horror games in February 2022. So without further ado, let's get started. Top 15. Son of the Forest. Sons of the Forest looks to be reviving many of the gameplay elements that worked in the forest. Based on the comments made by the developer, players will have to survive the wilderness and the constant threat of attack by crafting different items and finding shelter. In addition to the day and night cycle from the first game, Sons of the Forest will feature new weather mechanics that are sure to add a bit of challenge. According to the developers, the terrain can freeze and become covered in snow, making traversal more difficult. It remains to be seen how these elemental changes might affect the player's weapons and items. Top 14. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone has changed dramatically after the second massive explosion in the year 2006. Violent mutants, deadly anomalies, warring factions have made the zone a very tough place to survive. Nevertheless, artifacts of unbelievable value attracted many people called Stalkers who enter the zone for their own risk, striving to make a fortune out of it or even to find the truth concealed in the heart of Chernobyl. Before we move on to the next upcoming horror games, February 2022, make sure to like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. If you don't, be careful, something creepy and lethal await on your bed. Moving on to top 13, Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. Daymare 1994 Sandcastle is a third-person story-driven survival horror game prequel to the critically acclaimed Daymare 1998. Step into the shoes of Special Agent Dalila Reyes, a former government spy now in the service of a unit called Hades, or Hexacore Advanced Division for Extraction and Search, and get ready to enter the most advanced experimental research center in the United States of America. Top 12. Dolmen. Cosmic horror and sci-fi are two ways to talk about Dolmen. It's a third-person action game with RPG elements, but with a Lovecraftian plot that calls players to find what's behind the darkest secret of the universe. A forgotten planet called Rivian Prime will be the place where the action takes part, and it won't be easy. Adaptation and exploration will be your main weapons as you craft new items and equipment from your enemies' carcasses. Every step can be your last one. Top 11. Ripout. Ripout features procedurally generated missions that'll increase difficulty as you progress. A living pet gun will accompany players and engage in combat against alien mutants. There's several weapons and customization besides plenty of other things. There's several spaceships containing some of the most dangerous creatures. Players will have to fight their way through these spaces, complete missions, and try to be a step ahead of humanity's greatest threat. Top 10. Rainbow Six Extraction. Extraction borrows a number of core elements from Rainbow Six Siege, including the operators Ellen Vigil, who appeared in the first trailer back in 2019. The gameplay should feel familiar to anyone who has dabbled in Siege's multiplayer, and we fully expect to see more Rainbow Six Siege operators become part of the game. When describing the game for the first time, Ubisoft made it clear that you don't have to be a Siege player to enjoy Extraction. This game may be a good way for new players to get to grips with a few of Siege's mechanics, as players will use some of the same weapons, gadgets, and operators. Here's everything we know about Rainbow Six Extraction so far. Top 9. Evil Dead the Game. Evil Dead the Game is an upcoming video game developed by Saber Interactive, Boss Team Games, and Lionsgate Games, set for release on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch, and PC in February 2022. The game marks the first time in Evil Dead franchise history that all three studios that own their respective films in the series, Renaissance Pictures, Studio Canal, and MGM, have partnered to create a single product, with the addition of stars allowing elements from the Ash vs. Evil Dead television series as well. Top 8. Bramble, the Mountain King. Swedish developer Tim Frost Studios has announced a new horror adventure game called Bramble, the Mountain King. Accompanying the announcement is a trailer that shows off the game's style and animation, including atmospheric environments, high-end graphics, cinematic moments, and casual gameplay, which shows the boy leaping across gigantic lily pads and waving to a huge, if seemingly friendly troll. Inspired by the nature, fables, and fairy tales of the Nordics, Bramble, the Mountain King, which is scheduled to release next year on PC and console, sees the boy befriend curious and strange spirits, not all of which will be friendly to our lost travelers. Top 7. Dying Light 2. Over 20 years ago in Haran, we fought the virus and lost. Now we're losing again. The city, one of the last large human settlements, is torn by conflict. Civilization has fallen back into the Dark Ages, and yet we still have hope. You are a wanderer with the power to change the fate of the city, but your exceptional abilities come at a price. Haunted by memories you cannot decipher, you set out to learn the truth and find yourself in a combat zone. Hone your skills as to defeat your enemies and make allies. You'll need both fists and wits. Unravel the dark secrets behind the wielders of power, choose sides and decide your destiny. But wherever your actions take you, there is one thing you can never forget. Stay human. Top 6. Kingdom of the Dead. The Kingdom of the Dead is a barren purgatory realm where souls are judged before they reach their final destination. With the arrival of the apocalypse to Earth and the death of the human race, there are a few billion more inhabitants of this location. As such, at least for the time being, the Kingdom of the Dead is somewhat overrun. Top 5. The Callisto Protocol. Revealed at the 2020 edition of the Game Awards, the Callisto Protocol is a Dead Space successor in all but name. Helmed by Dead Space co-creator and Sledgehammer Games founder Glenn Schofield, the next-gen horror exclusive sets to bring familiar feeling scares to Jupiter's moon Callisto. Schofield's aim? To create the most terrifying game on next-gen platforms. Top 4. Scorn. Scorn is an atmospheric first-person horror adventure game set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber pastry. It's designed around the idea of being thrown into the world. Isolated and lost inside this dreamlike world, you'll explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion. The unsettling environment is a character itself. Every location contains its own theme or story, puzzles and characters that are integral in creating a cohesive world. Throughout the game, you'll open up new areas, acquire different skill sets, weapons, various items, and try to comprehend the sights presented to you. Top 3. Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo is a PS5 console exclusive that you won't want to miss. It's an otherworldly mystery and ghost hunting adventure from Tango Gameworks, the studio responsible for breathing new life into the survival horror genre with the evil within. In Ghostwire Tokyo, you'll take the neon-lit streets and battle against the visitors, masked apparitions that are taking credit for the disappearance of Tokyo's population. Top 2. Resident Evil Reverse. Resident Evil Reverse features third-person over-the-shoulder multiplayer action with characters from the Resident Evil franchise. 4 to 6 players take part in 5-minute deathmatch battles, using weapons and items found through the map, with the player scoring the most points at the end of the match winning. Each human character has their own set of skills and weapon loadout. Humans that are taken down transform into powerful bioweapons that can change the tide of battle, with players able to upgrade their bioweapon transformation by obtaining virus capsules. Once the bioweapon is killed, the player will respawn as a human. And on our top 1 spot is the Outlast Trials. The game is set in the same universe as the other Outlast-related titles and takes place during the Cold War era, where players take on the role of test subjects referred to as regents abducted by the Murkoff Corporation. Imprisoned in a secret Murkoff facility comprised of a dozen warehouses and connected by underground tunnels, players will be thrust into a series of physical and mental ordeals, tormented by iconic characters and challenged alone or in teams to survive with their sanity intact. Well, there you have it. Would you try these horror games? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.